Hi everyone, welcome to STEAM with Miss Shannon. I'm Miss Shannon with Daly City Public Library. This week I'm going to show you how to make paper toys. But before we get started, I wanted to share something with you that I've been thinking about. Some of you probably recognize me from Westlake Library, but these days if you see me out in public, you might not recognize me because here at home I don't wear a mask, but if I'm out at the grocery store or curbside pickup, I'll be wearing a mask. So I wanted to show you what I look like in a mask. Sometimes I wear the plain blue ones, but I like to wear colorful ones, and this one is one of my favorites. It's got all kinds of science symbols on it. So this is what I look like in a mask. And even though my nose and mouth is covered, you can tell if I'm smiling through my eyes. Can you tell? Sometimes I also wear a face shield over my mask. And a lot of times I'll decorate this part of the face shield, but sometimes it looks like this. And I put it over my face. And then my voice is more muffled. I don't know if it sounds echoey to you. It sounds echoey to me. But so if you see me out at ceremony or the grocery store, this is what I might look like. And if I don't recognize you because you're wearing your mask, be sure to say, "Hey, Miss Shannon, it's me." Uh-oh, I got this caught in my earring. That doesn't usually happen. Okay. So now, let's get working on toys. I have 6 toys that I want to show you. And because there's so many, I've already done all the measuring and most of the cutting. I have notes here to remind me what some of the measurements are. So I'll tell you what measurements I used, but you can use your own. If I show you something that's this big, you can make it this big or this big. And sometimes that will even affect how it performs. So the first toy I'm going to show you is a straw paper airplane. When you throw these, when they start, it won't show on the video. I would show you if I could, but you're going to have to make one yourself and throw it and see how they work. It starts off just like a regular paper airplane, but then it starts twirling at the end. So you're going to need tape and scissors, a little bit of glue, and a straw. Now, I don't have a straw, so I'm going to show you how to make one. And I'm going to use a pencil, a round pencil, and I'm going to put the pencil over at the top corner of this strip. This strip is about 1.5 by 12 inches. Put a little dab of glue right there. And I pull this corner up over the pencil, and I'm going to start wrapping it at an angle. I'm going to pull the pencil out at the end as I go along, so that I always have a part I can pull out so we don't lose the pencil. Because if the pencil's stuck in the straw won't do us a lot of good. So I get to the end, and I'm going to put a little piece of tape right here to hold it together. Pull the pencil out, and here's a straw. I'm going to cut off the ends because they're a little pointy and we don't need them like that. All right, so here's my straw, and then I have 2 pieces of paper. You want one shorter than the other. This one is about 9 inches, 1 inch by 9 inches, and this is 1 inch and 5 inches. Now I'm noticing the straw, I don't know if you can tell, but it's more narrow at this end. It got wider as it went along. You can do that. It might make it fly differently. I would think that it would. Usually when I make them, I try to make them even. but try it the way you want and see what happens. So you're going to want a little bit sticking out on each side. You're going to try to make it as even as possible, because if they're crooked, then it will fly crookedly, and then it won't fly as well. So I'm going to tape that down here. Tape this one here. That one's not very straight. It's a little too crooked, so I'm going to try to reposition it. And I think that's better. Is that better? I think that's okay. So now I'm going to loop this around, put a piece of tape here to make this loop, and then we'll make the longer loop. Now, like I said, if I tried to fly it, it's not going to show up on the video. So why don't you try and see how it flies. Does it fly better this way? Or does it fly better this way? And will it fly differently if you make the loops bigger or smaller or thicker? All kinds of things to try. Okay, so the next thing we're going to make is a kite. And it's a kite, and we're going to try to make a kite that looks like a bird. So I have a regular piece of paper here, and then I had 3 pieces of paper that were 1 inch by 4 inches, but I cut them into leaf shapes. And then I have a yellow triangle for a beak, and a piece of string. This one is about 34 inches. So I'm going to fold this up to the top like so. And then I am going to draw an eye down here in the corner. And down here on the opposite side. And let's put this back. Now I'm going to take this corner here and pull it down so that it, there we go. Pull it down so there's about a little triangle coming out on this side. And then I'm going to do the other side, and they should come together evenly like this with this little triangle. And I'm going to staple those together. A couple of staples just to make sure they stay. Now this one might not be the best because I think I made this a little too tight. So when you make yours, you can try it this way, but you might want to bring it a little forward so it won't be as tight. But this might work too. Next, I am going to move the stapler out of the way, a hole punch, and punch a hole right behind where I stapled. I'm going to take the beak and let's see, put a little bit of glue on each side and stick it here. And we've got our beak. We've got the face of the bird there. Now with these tail feathers, I'm going to put a dot of glue and put on a leaf, put another dot and another leaf, so they're spread out kind of like a fan. And now I'm going to put a big, oops, this isn't staying together. Put a big glob of glue there. These are not staying together the way I want them to. Let's see, glue, a little more glue. And put more glue on this side. And I'll put this down here. And that is our tail for our kite. So now we have a bird kite. So I have this string here and put the string through the hole punch and tie a knot. And there you have a kite made out of just a little bit of paper. All right, now I'm going to show you a couple of different things. Spinning fish and little paper helicopters. So we'll start with the helicopter. This is a piece of paper about 2 inches by 8 inches. And I want you to look at the paper like it's in 3 parts. There's the bottom and the middle and the top. You're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut up from the bottom and in the middle to about just the bottom of the middle. Now you're going to go, so here's the bottom, the middle. Now you're going to go to bottom of here and cut about 1/3 of the way through here. Excuse me. All right, so now you're going to fold this over like this and then fold this over like this, and now you have your little helicopter blades. Now I'm noticing mine aren't very even, so they might not fly as well. When you're making them, try to make them as even as possible, but if you make them uneven too, see what the difference is. See how it flies differently. You're going to fold these flaps in like this and then attach a paper clip or some sort of weight. I don't have any paper clips, so I'm using a binder clip. And yeah, I can already see that this is too heavy. I'm going to try something. And I had not planned this, but I'm going to try adding like a 3rd blade. So one is like this, one is like this, and one is on the top, maybe? I don't know. What do you think? I don't think you'll be able to see it on the video, but I'm going to give it a try and see if it'll work. It works. And I don't think you caught it on video. See if we can try this one. I don't know if you saw that. I hope you did. They're a lot of fun. This is very similar, very easy to do. They're called spinning fishes. Just a piece of paper attached at the end to look like a fish. So I've got this piece of paper. It's about 1 inch by about 9 inches. And I'm going to cut about halfway through the strip at the bottom, turn it over about halfway through at the top. And then I'm going to slide the pieces together. And again, I'm going to see, I don't know if the video will catch it, but what they do is they spin down and they twirl. I hope one of those you were able to see, I'm not sure. But try one, make one, and try it for yourself. See how it works. Our next toy is a flying bird puppet that looks like this. So what I have here, what I need is I need a triangle, and I have 3 strips. I'm going to show you how I made them. And I have 2 circles that are about 1.5 inches diameter. I used a spice jar to draw around. 2 white circles. I used some chapstick to draw around and make those circles. And then 2 yellow triangles. Now, the way I got these parts, the brown parts, is I used a brown piece of paper like this. I folded it over like this and cut it here, and that's how I got my triangle. You see I only have 1 triangle here. The other one I used to cut these brown circles from. And the strips I made from there. This is about half of, this isn't quite, but about half here, and then These are quarters, like 1/4, 2/4, and then that's a half. Okay, let's get started. So first, we're going to fold the triangle like this. And this is how we're making our wings. And now we're going to put these 2 strips aside. We don't need them yet. We're going to take the thicker piece and we're going to fold it horizontally like this. And we're going to put this in here like this, right about the middle, and I'm going to mark here where the end is right there. I'm going to take this out and mark the whole way across. Now, from the bottom of the strip here up to that line, I'm going to cut smaller strips. I'm going to put about 5 cuts in here. All right, and then what I want to do is I'm going to take the edge of this ruler and use it to curl these slips up. You have to be very gentle while you're doing this. I noticed that if I'm not gentle, I can lose some of them. So now I'm going to take the glue and I'm going to glue from the strips here, which by the way are the tail feathers of the puppet, and I'm going to glue all the way from here to the end. Now I'm just gluing straight on the table without using cardboard or newspaper or something to protect the table, because this is my craft table and I don't need to keep it nice. This is just what I do on it. But if you're using the dining table or something like that, you probably want to put some newspaper or cardboard underneath. Now I'm going to put this back in. It's the straight side up like this. And then I'm going to fold this back up over it. Just like that. Now, okay, what did I do? There it is. Now I'm going to glue these circles, both of them. And these are going to be the head of my puppet. I'm going to put one here, so it's a little under, a little over, but it still shows some of the neck. And then I put the other one matching it. Now, these little white circles I will put on, let me show you here. So near the top of the head, like that. And then I'm going to put in a little marker to make the eye. And do the same on the other side. Put that near the top of the head. And if you notice, I put the eye near the front of the bird because the way the bird is facing that way. And now I want to put the beak on. So put a little bit of glue here on this side. And then I'm going to put it on this side. And I'm going to make it so it doesn't quite match up because I want it to look like the bird's beak is a little bit open. I think I need a little more glue. There we go. Now I want to take my scissors and make some more strips, this time on the ends of the wings. Just all along, try to make them even. I'm just doing it a little quickly because we're on video here. And then I'm going to take my ruler again. It's a little more awkward this way because of the folding, but I'm going to take this and try to curl those wing feathers up. Oh. Just use the edge of the ruler to rub along the strips. Now, I'm going to take a little bit more glue and put a little at the top of this strip here and a little at the top of this strip. Oh, I'm at the end of my glue. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this at the top of the wing, just like so. Turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. And now I have my flying bird puppet. Oh, probably should have let the glue stay on there a little longer. All right. Now, for the last part, and I shouldn't have the glue on here for this part because we need to have a table that's not sticky. So this is a caterpillar that I made, and this is a straw that I made, and you can make these caterpillars and have caterpillar races. This piece of paper is about 1 1/4 inch by 5 1/2 inches. I'm going to fold it in half from top to bottom and open it up. Now I'm going to take the bottom and fold it to the middle. And I'm going to take the top and fold it to the middle. Now I'm going to take the folded part at the bottom and bring that to the middle and do the same on the top. And now I'm going to, let's see, now I'm going to fold this and I'm going to just cut the edges off to make them look a little rounder. Okay. And now I'm going to unfold the caterpillar. Here we go. Oh, I didn't do a good job on that one. I think I was hurrying a little too quickly. It might work, but it's not folded very well, so we'll see. Then you make a face, and you have your caterpillar. And what's fun about these guys is you can have caterpillar races. You take a straw, and you blow from the top, and it will inch along. I don't know if this one will work. Not as well, but it does work. So those are some fun toys that you can make using pretty much just paper and glue and tape. I hope you had fun watching. Before we go, I'd like to mention a couple of things. One, next week I'll be making CD hovercrafts, and we will have kits for those available at curbside pickup. Also, next week is our last week for the Summer Learning Challenge. So if you haven't signed up, come to Curbside Pickup and sign up real quick. Get your free book. If you've completed one of the logs, bring it by Curbside Pickup and get a free book. Curbside Pickup hours are from 10 to 1 on Tuesday, from 3 to 6 on Wednesday, and 1 to 4 on Friday. I will probably be there on Tuesday. I'd love to see you if you come by. Remember, we have our story times next week with Miss Sarah, Miss Selena, and Miss Karen. We have Messy Mondays at 3 on Monday and Teen Tuesday at 3 on Tuesday. And I hope you have a wonderful week, a weekend and a week, and I hope you're having fun and staying safe. I miss you guys and hope to see you soon. Bye.